Merry Christmas and may the goddess Ryu bless you. Today we have probably the last heroic trials of the year. Let's get right into it. And speaking of Ryu, she's going to be really important for today's heroic trials. Okay, so that is the Ryu that I'm talking about. It's already 1 year old, but it's the right unit for this heroic trial. Okay, so let's start. We have Line for starters. Now she's just here for the SC God charge plus 33%. And counter rate, crit rate and pen rate plus 20%. You also have other options that give SC God charge with different bonus. Next, I have Swimsuit Swordsman Daphne Laurus. Now this is a physical unit. She has a pretty good special which lowers the enemy's physical resist by 50%. With her second skill, she has a 50% chance of nulling magical attacks. I think that we don't have to worry with magical attacks that much, but it can be kinda helpful. Also, it's a super. Now, her third skill buffs your party's strength, magic, thunder attack damage, physical resist, and magic resist by 25%. Now, this is good for both offense and defense, so it is shouldn't have any survivability problems. Next, I have the main hitter of the whole party, Igelf Archer. She has a pretty good special with both physical resist and thunder resist debuff by 30%. With her first skill, it's a fast dexterity and thunder attack damage plus 60% for herself and 30% for her allies, so pretty good team player. With her second skill, it's a slow, which in this case it's super good, and you'll see why in a while, and she gets strength plus 60%. Don't worry with the stun because the enemies have element null 100%, so we don't have to worry with that. And now the Ryu that I'm talking about. Lightning Flame Ryu Leon, this came out with the chapters of the season 2 of the story when they got released. Now her special is nothing special. Her first skill, it's strength, magic and physical resist minus 25%, good for both defense while R doesn't arrive, and offense with that physical resist minus 25%. But the main focus here is her second skill. Now Alicia is going to be constantly applying attack type on single targets buff of 30%, and Ryu is going to be able to remove that buff. Now that makes a tremendous difference. Now next, as a second revolving amulet unit, we have Gallant Armor Eyes Wallenstein. Now she's here for her first skill, which is damage received attack type all targets plus 30% and that guard rate minus 30%. It's also a cool extra buff. But you can also use other units like Elmina and the Magic Alize, which have that same first effect. That is the most important of all. That type all targets increase. For last we have Aru. Now you already know she's here for the strength magic plus 100% and to keep your buffs and debuffs rolling. For assist. For starters we have your favorite Liruka Ardi. Now she's here for the physical resist, magic resist and thunder resist minus 10%. More specifically in this team it's physical resist and thunder resist minus 10%. If you're using a magic thunder unit, you also don't have many problems because she also has the magic resist debuff. It's a total of 20% debuff, which is extremely great for this. Next we have Hero of Six Sword Maiden. This is good for both defense and offense, so strength magic debuff of 15% and your allies get standard attack damage plus 15% at max limit break. Next is Innocent Goddess Artemis, strength magic plus 20% for the unit that she's applied on, and your allies get strength plus 15%. You can also use a new Aisha, if I'm not mistaken. The Vengeance and January Ime, now this is here for the attack type all and single targets plus 15%. You can also use Sacred Fire Estia, for example. Now for the back row I have Adventure Set Estia. I like the balance that this unit offers. This unit came out with the Sword Oratory Volume 5, which by the way it's what we're fighting up against units from that banner. So she offers crit rate, pen rate and counter rate plus 8% and 60 MP regen per turn. Now I won't benefit from the MP regen per turn, but it's a pretty balanced unit. And for last, I have key strategist Finn. I finally got him MLB with his banner. And at MLB I get SAGOT charge gain by 33% and strength, magic, agility, endurance and dexterity plus 10%. Now if you don't have him MLB, that's fine. It works wonders even if it's not MLB. The only change here is that at turn 6 you won't get an SA charge and you have to wait until turn 7. So these are the units here. As for armor, I have breastplates on all of them except Line and Eyes, which of course have revolving amulets on them. There's also other options that you can run. For example, and just filter. You can run this Tiona even as a revolving amulet unit, for example. She has fast thunder resist minus 35%, which is the highest thunder resist debuff that you have in the game, and dexterity and agility minus 30%. I prefer to run these eyes because I also get a 30% thunder resist debuff with Eigelf Archer special. Now let's see how this goes. Just a quick warning here, the revolving amulet units can die because I don't have them at a high enough level, but I could be running other options like for example Priestess, which I have MLB instead of Line, and I could be running Aliza MLB, which I have instead of Eyes. And it would work just fine, but this is just to show you what the highest damage scenario will be. Let's screw Archer's Art and a Focus Assault here. And Line got hit and she still survived. The Luminescence here, Sunrise Call, Stormy Strings, and Fallen Bastion. Now Fallen Bastion here, it's what's going to remove the 1 unit resist and all units resist 30% up. Like I said, it's a slow. You want to be sure that at least she goes before Eigelf Archer in case that you have Eigelf Archer. They're both slow. A reuse attack should be going first if you have more agility on her. Okay, Yosuke here. Now back to Seaside Screw, and let's use this. Okay, now it's time for the special. So at turn 4 we want to use our special and leave the rest as it is. Now this should put us at max health, and after this there won't be any survivability problems. If you need extra survivability, for example for your Haru, you can reuse the Sunrise Squall if you want. Okay, let's go with Yosuke here, and let's leave the rest as it is. Now, like I said, since I have Finn MLB, I can use the special at turn 6. If you don't have him MLB, or if you're not running Finn, you will have the special ready at turn 7 as long as you're running Line. So let's go here with Chika, and let's go here with Eigelf Archer special. Now if you're not running Finn, it's going to be a bit more difficult because you won't have the final special ready on turn 9. Okay, let's go with Yosuke here, let's go back with Strumming Strings here. Now, supposedly for some reason, I think Alicia takes less damage than Ice, so we might want to focus some attacks on her. I usually wait till turn 9 to see how they are in terms of damage. Okay, let's go with Akane. Now, if your unit's defense is super OP, you might not even want to go with Akane. That's up to you. As long as they keep their strength magic buffs, they're going to deal some damage. Now here, yes, Alicia does have more health than Ice, so I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to leave Akane because I know that I'm going to finish this turn. If you want to be safe, you want to use Yosuke here, depending, of course, on the duration of your buffs and debuffs. And here, let's set this to Grid Floor. Let's use the special here, and let's use the Arc Sweep. I'm focusing Ice first because if for some reason the special doesn't kill her, which it will, the first attack is going to hit on her, she's going to die, and the second attack, which is the most powerful one, reuse attack, it's going to hit on Alicia and kill her. So let's see. And bam! Aigel Forcer cleared both. 500k damage on each one. Max difficulty, S rank clear. So there you have it. This stage shouldn't be too hard to survive, but it might be hard to clear in 9 turns. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below or jump into my stream. I stream the meme on Twitch at Thursdays, link down below. And as always, good luck adventures and also Happy New Year!